For the Erasmus Plus project, I Restart, we took courses together with 15 employees, students, and professionals in the quality management sector. This means that we had a 2-day intensive course that included a range of theory to provide really up-to-date input for these professionals and students. But to merge praxis and theory, we also had a section of work-based learning, where people could use the theories that they learned in our courses in the praxis, in the field, to really cement the knowledge that they gained in those courses. In principle, we received a very good feedback from our theoretical courses. The 2-day input on hygiene procedures, etc., were taken really well. Students told us that the structure was well done and that the delivery was also in a fashion that helped them reflect the inputs as well. Now, of course, a course without a test is not as interesting. So we also had an assessment in the end. And the results show that it was really, the course was done in a way that people really provided enough in the assessments to say that the uptake of that knowledge was good. We also had work-based learning integrated into our courses. That means that people left the classroom for companies who provided a prolonged period of learning while working. That means that all of the theory that we could provide in the 2-day course was applied directly in the field. Of course, the reason for that is quite apparent. Doing what you have just learned cements the knowledge, and it provides you with a good basis to put more knowledge on top of that, rather than being over-encumbered with too much theory and not having anything to apply it to. At the same time, what we learned is that the connection to partner companies and stakeholders still needs some work. What I mean by that is that figuring out who with what background should be placed in what company was a little bit of an issue in the beginning. It is easy to imagine that bringing all of these stakeholders to one table and then figuring out who is most adept to be applied in the laboratory, for example, or down out in the fields, that took some time to figure out. So basically, the biggest challenge in these courses that we had, combining theory and praxis, was to bring everybody to the same table and to provide a harmonized approach to it. Involving stakeholders is obviously always a challenge. But for the iRestart project and the courses that we took, it was not as demanding because the consortium provided so much input as well. So there was never a moment where it was difficult to go ahead and to find solutions, because the consortium could always jump in and be helpful, providing contacts of companies and other stakeholders. Overall, it was a great learning experience, both for students as well as for us educators. Knowing that the theories that you teach in classroom will then also be applied out in the field provides you with a certain reassurance that you're not simply reading down a textbook and hoping that some of it sticks. It just lets you know that what you teach people will then be applied out in the field, out in the laboratory, where they can instantly link all of that together and just cement the knowledge that they just have acquired. So overall, it was a great success doing the courses within the iRestart project, and I would be happy to do it again.